Hey guys, it's Saf coming at you with a Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we have a new summoning event for the fusion that is ongoing. There's also a very powerful times 15, and you might be thinking I'm talking about Prince Kymar, when actually I'm here to talk about not Prince Kymar, not even a legendary champion. I'm here to talk about Criodan the Blue. Criodan the Blue is an epic that I've been trying to get for a couple of months since he's come out now. Really because I want to do a bit of a Fire Knight video, kind of comparing who is the best freezer from the epic pools in Fire Knight Hard. Is it Gory, like I think it might be? Is it Criodan? Is it Neldor? I'm sure there's lots of people in comments now going, oh, it's for sure Criodan. You don't need to do a video or test that. I just want to do an actual data-driven math probability analysis. You know, really deep dig into it, kind of like test the numbers and then put them to the test. I can obviously do the numbers without the champion, but until I put the champion in the team, you don't get a feel for it. Sometimes probabilities don't translate to success. We've also got the new epic as well that I would really like to get my hands on. He's a high elf epic called Neldor Rhineblade, and I've had a few people messaging me saying he's actually very, very, very strong for Fire Knight Hard, and they prefer him over some of the other ones because he has this very cool setup where he's going to place freeze on a 40% chance on an A1 after attacking 3 times. At random doesn't matter because it's only one target. We also have a decreased speed on the A3, which even though it's 75%, is each hit, so it's a pretty high probability. He does have a decreased attack and decrease accuracy, a 4-hitter. So if you need something to break that shield very quickly, you can do. But what really makes him powerful is whenever an ally places a freeze debuff, he has a 30% chance to counterattack. So that means if you're running a Gnut or your Carl or you're running someone like a Criodan alongside him, you're going to be placing freeze a lot. Even though the freeze gets removed straight away by the Fire Knight, it's going to activate. So then he activates its A1, which gives you like just more turn meter control. So I'm really hoping I can get him at some point, but Criodan and him are also a very big deal for a very particularly challenging Soul Cross stage of the Cursed City. I'm talking about Fire Knight Hard at stage 17 in Soul Cross. You need High Elves, Sacred Order, and you also need Sylvan Watchers who are attack and support. Now you can see here there are some freeze options that don't include the Criodan or the Neldor, but both Criodan and Neldor should be applicable here. But right now I'm looking at Alexander. So for me, I'm like, there's not many increased speed options and there's not many freeze options. Criodan or Neldor feels like there's almost like an essential requirement for this stage. And both of them would be compatible, right? Because one of them's a high elf attack and the other one is a Sylvan Watchers attack support. So both of them will be able to go into this team. So that's why I'm actually more excited, believe it or not, about the Criodan the Blue, because I feel like the Criodan should be pretty accessible on a times 15, right? As long as I keep pulling as many epics as I can, then hopefully I can get the Criodan. Now, I don't have many shards here available to me because I went for the times 2 Ancients, and I also got quite deep into Mercy after the times 2 Ancients because we pulled the King Galkaba really early. So I was kind of pulling on the 1+1 because I felt like I was quite close to a Mercy, and if I pulled the Legendary, then I would basically get a Legendary champion out of that. But we didn't get it, so we don't have many shards. Now, the Blizaar event is also starting alongside the Tormin Yuletide event, and pretty much 60% of the fusion is going to contain snow points. So if you are already going for Tormin, there might be a really good reason to go for the fusion as well, because you might get halfway down and go, well, I've done all of it anyway, right? We can see there's another summon rush here with 300 points again. I could choose to skip this 200 if I don't get close because I've got an excess amount of points, because I am now going for the fusion because of the Tormin factor. So there's likelihood that I'm going to have an excess amount of points anyway because I'm going to do the other fusion events. So if I don't want to go for this 4100, if I only get to 3000, I probably can skip that 200 because I've only skipped 50 points so far. So that's kind of a good thing. We did kind of grind out the Dungeon Divers, and we also did the Sand Devil tournament. So I have some Prism summon that I can do. So that should be quite good. And yeah, so now we're on the champion training, and I'm using this champion training tournament for Soul Cross. Basically looking at all the Soul Cross stages in Centranos and leveling up some legendaries. But that being said, is there any other champion I would really like? The mythical champions I would really want out of primals are still Garrel, the new Lizardman. That would be really cool. I will be using my primal shards because actually primal shards on a summon rush, now that they fixed it, because there was a bug this morning where they forgot to add primal shards, they're actually quite good. 200 points, you know, that's going to give me 1,000 points here, the same cost of 2 sacred shards. So I will be using my primals purely because there is a ×2 chance for epic and legendary champions, which means I've got a 32% chance of getting epics out of 5. That's really, really high. It's probably as good as it's ever going to be. So that's kind of like where we're at. I'm going to go for the Summon Rush. We're going to try and get the 200 points, but I don't necessarily need to. We are quite close on the Tormin. I do want to try and hold the Tormin for like a CVC or a champion chase because I'd want to maximize the points. I'm pretty sure we can just leave it here unclaimed until a CVC comes up or until a champion chase comes up. So that's not so bad. I'm also going to get a mythical tome for mythical champions I don't own. So with that being said, let's pull some shards. Let's just pull the 7 ancient shards to start with. Let's see what we're going to get. We might have to pull the voids as well. There's still actually a void rare that I'm after for the Mikage fusion. And I think Lady Mikage is going to be very good for lots of the different soul cross stages in Cintranos, because my brain is pretty much looking at how can I beat the really complicated stages of Soul Cross at the moment and working my way backwards. So I actually think Lady Mikage would be very valuable for that. But until I get like the larger, I still don't have one of those. And until I get a champion for, I think it's Vanguard from the Voids, we're a bit sort of out of luck on the Mikage. We're only pulling rares here. We don't really need any more of the rares for the other epic. We've got all that ready to go. We just haven't summoned them because there hasn't been an opportunity to summon them. I'm not going to summon them outside of a champion chase because we might as well get the extra like 250 points or 1,000 CVC or whatever it would be. So we start off with straight rares. That's always a great start. Let's pull the primals now. This is where the best odds are going to come in. What are we going to get? We start with a rare because it didn't move the bar. You can always tell. So we start with 1 rare. Okay, we got 4 more chances. Come on, primal shards. Give me something good. I haven't got really anything good out of primal shards so far. We're just getting rare champions on a ×2. It's like a 40% chance it's not a rare. Come on. There's an epic. Is it Criodan? No, it's Taragi. Okay, but we're now at ×20. We've got 2 more attempts. Give me an epic. Come on. Give me something good. Another epic. Is it Criodan? No, it's Draco. It's baby Draco. We're at 25%. Like, come on now. One more epic. Don't give me a rare. Don't give me a rare. Don't give me a rare. It's going to be a rare. Oh, it's an epic. Criodan. Why? There's me doing positive videos. ×25 is a great opportunity. Yeah, I mean, that's brutal. All right, okay, so we failed on this one. That's fine. That's not a problem. I will probably pull my voids as well, to be honest, because Tuhanarak is a champion I don't own. My philosophy with voids is pretty much, if it's a times... well, there's the Asala. Trust the Asala to be the one that we get coming out of the ×15. My philosophy with Void Shards tends to be, if there's a ×15 for a legendary champion that I don't own, I'll just pull my Void Shards. And if that legendary champion is worth it, like Tuhanarak, she's very, very powerful. So we'll just pull the Void Shards here. I am after a Vanguard. I would really love to get a Vanguard. That's the one that I need. Cold Heart will be absolutely very, very powerful for Amius. If you have a Cold Heart, especially if she's awakened, she is going to be very powerful for the new boss. What else are we going to get here? Vanguard would be wonderful. That's the only rare that I would really want out of all of the pools of rare champions available. Vanguard is the one that I would really like to get. We're not getting the Vanguard because that's the one that's blocking my Weregrin the Sun Cursed is the Vanguard. That's an Amaranthine skeleton. I'm pretty sure I must have fed like hundreds of these Vanguards. Oh, there's an epic champion. Oh, it's going to be Azure. We're up to ×25 now. We've already got the Asala. We already had Asala. There's not really any... There is a few Void epics I don't have in terms of Ostrox, which would be really cool. But it looks like we're going to get absolutely nothing so far. We don't even get a Vanguard. Oh, this is rough. This is rough. So we've got absolutely nothing. We haven't got the Criodan. How many Summon Rush points have we earned so far? Okay, so we're at the first snow point. So we're at 2,200. So we probably need to pull like 4 Sacred Shards. Okay. Come on, Criodan the Blue. Criodan the Blue. That's a Seeker. He's very good, but he's not Criodan the Blue. Come on, Criodan the Blue. Please, Criodan the Blue. That's a Bone Keeper. Okay. So we're 4 out of 4, not Criodan the Blue so far. That's a Spider. That's not a Criodan. Oh my god. The game hates me. Oh, Legendary. Ooh. Oh, that's one of the new fusion. That's a Mikage fusion. I mean, that's good. I'm going to be able to keep a duplicate Kira the Watcher. Awesome. Okay, what does Kira the Watcher do? It's a non-dupe. I always like, I like non-dupe legendaries. We take them. It's not a Kymar, but it's a non-dupe. We'll take this. And whenever an ally is attacked while under ally protection, they will place decrease attack. She places a 3 to an ally protection and places increased defense. So that's really nice. It's kind of like what Blizaar does. And then we have an AoE decrease accuracy and a chance to decrease all enemy buffs by 1 turn. And we have a single target decrease attack. So it's kind of like a little bit of a combo between Krisk in terms of his passive, with a Vasulf A3, and you also get a bit of like an Islin style A2. It's actually kind of like a really nice mix with something like Hydra, where often accuracy debuffs are very powerful because you stop that Mischief Head stealing your buffs. That can cause a lot of problems. You also can decrease the enemy buffs. So you can get rid of like the Reflect. You can get rid of things like what the Wrath Head puts on himself. You can try and reduce the duration of the increased attacks. There's lots of different buffs and things that cause problems in Hydra. So being able to just decrease them by one turn is really good. You always have that decreased attack, and you just give your team stability. Really, really cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. But I really want to Criodan the blue. What else are we going to get? Criodan. That's not a Criodan. I'm pulling them all. I'm going all in for Criodan. I don't care. It's times 25. Give me a Criodan the blue. Please, game. Give me a Criodan the blue. This is painful. Oh, God. Oh, Kymar. That's not a Kymar. Oh, my God. I literally just said the words, the A3 is like a Vasulf. I mean, I'll be honest, 2 legendaries on a times 15 is bonkers out of 7. So I can't complain about the odds. But I mean, the thing is now, I would really love another Sacred Shard, because if I pull another legendary, I got a times 25. Vasulf is great, by the way. Like, if we put all the drama aside, Vasulf is an excellent champion because you get increased defense, ally protection, and leech. He is one of the best ally protectors in Clan Boss because you get everything you need as a starter pack. He's very good into Magma Dragon. He will probably be very useful if he's compatible with any flaws for things like the Magma Dragon double bosses in Cintranos. Things like Borgoth, he's not terrible for either because you do have a bit of healing and leech to go with it. You can put him in a blood shield, keep him alive. This ability is really good. It's on a 5-turn cooldown. This is great. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. He's also a bit like Magnar, where this ability is actually better than Magnar's. It just needs the setup. So if you, with Magnar, you don't really need any setup. That's why people tend to go towards him. He just double hits most of the time. Where here, you just need crowd control. So if you pair him with like a freeze champion, and then you put up the mastery for opportunist, you can basically get yourself 2 hits and 12% bonus damage on top. So it's very powerful. But we're out of shards. We are out of shards. I mean, I just want... I've never wanted an epic champion more in my life than this. Like, it's crazy. I could go and get a Sacred Shard here. It would wipe out all of my gold bars, but I could probably go and get, if I just win a few fights, a Sacred Shard here. I don't think there's any other Sacred Shards available at the moment. My monthly is totally out of it. I'm just trying to see where I can scrape another Sacred Shard. We don't have any Sacred Shards here. We pretty much have almost finished this. We're actually really close to finishing Torment. We only need 110 more points. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so it's like, where can I find a Sacred Shard to go one more time to try and get Criodan the blue? That's where my brain is at right now, and there is just no Sacred Shards anywhere. So it's going to have to come from the Great Hall. And I'll be honest, I really do not want to buy any shards. I bought some last weekend. It did get me a legendary champion, but look at the prices. I don't know what's happened now, but I wouldn't say that I spend an awful lot in Raid. Maybe I spend like £100 a month. You know, I do videos. It kind of offsets it. But look how many packs that actually are of reasonable value. Both of these, $100. $100. $100. Like, what is going on? $100. I don't want to spend this kind of money. I wouldn't mind buying like $20 worth of ancient shards, right? If you gave me a pack that was $20 for ancient shards, I'm not spending $100. Like, seriously, Plarium? What is going on? Why are we just pumping out these $100 packs? There's so many of them. There's literally so many of them. That's all I seem to get. And this pack has just been here forever. Anyway, let's see if I can find a Sacred Shard in the arena, and we'll finish off the video there. So we fought a few fights here. I'm going to get this last Sacred Shard. We've got one more chance at it. This is for sure the Criodan the blue, right? This has got to be the Criodan the blue. We've got maxed out progressive event chances. Double 25%. We're not going to get a legendary. That's just way too ambitious. Criodan. It's a Delver. Oh. Times 25. Times 25, and we still can't get the epic champion that we really want, and I'm completely out of shards. On the bright side, if I get any more shards this weekend, it absolutely pays me to pull every Sacred Shard I have. I'm never going to get a better opportunity of getting a Kymar or Criodan than this. I've got such a boosted chance. So I'm just going to keep pulling if I get lucky on the clan boss. Yeah, Just brutal. If I can win enough live arena battles, I have got some refills that I've earned from the Cintrano city. Maybe we can win some chests in live arena. It's quite hard though. You know, maybe we can win some chests. I've just reset it, so I'd have to fight 35 wins. That's quite difficult at this tier of arena. But maybe I can do it. Maybe I can win that. That would give me another primal summon this week. We'll see what happens. And I don't actually think there's any primal shards to be had here. All the primal shards pretty much exist in either these unlockable rewards, right? Not even any primal shards here, but here. Actually, there isn't any primal shards in this summoning. There's not a single primal shard in Cintranos. Oof, that's rough. That is rough. The only thing we have left to do now is our summoning pool. I was hoping to get 2, but I messed up and I didn't realize that the $4.99 deal for 20 extra prisms expires 24 hours before the event does. So I missed out on a bonus one. The champion I would really like out of anything here is probably Crocmar. Crocmar is doing a lot of work in Hydra and very cool. If not Crocmar, Delaja, because that is the missing epic that I need for the Lady Mikage fusion. Technically, I can fuse it now because I've got this, but I would absolutely fuse a duplicate. It makes no sense to use this straight away. All of these champions are ready to go. You can see I've got them all ready. I would like another Endalia, but it's not the end of the world. I've got one here. I've got Ashma. I've got a Colin, but I would love another real Frigg. And we're still missing the Vanguard. That's the other one I'm looking for. But if I can't get a legendary, it is a 7.5% chance. It's really good. I would much prefer a Delaja. And the Crocmar's the one that I would really like more than anything. I don't have a Samson, I don't have a Jag, and I don't have a Corrigar, so those would be also fine. Let's go. Summon 40. It would get summoned anyway. What are we going to get? It's an epic. It's Venomage. I've already got a Venomage. Actually, legitimately a great champion, but I've already got a Venomage. That's a shame. That's an absolute useless one. So, did we improve any faction guardians? Well, Night Revenants, I'm pretty sure I've got another Vasulf here now. It's the 3rd Vasulf, so that's not very useful. And obviously, Kira the Watcher is a brand new non-duplicate, so we can't even use that. So I was hoping that maybe if I was able to swap out Vasulf here for another one, that I could basically take out my Bistophuses and make a +3 or +4 Bistophus. But I can't do that because I would lose the 10 speed. So that's really not great. But yeah, that Vasulf is going to hurt. Summon Rush, where do we get to? We got to actually nearly finishing it. It'd be nice if we can get a few more Sacreds. We can get the Mythical Tome. Normally, I would have saved some shards, but I really wanted the Criodan in the blue. But there you go. Such is life. No Criodan in the blue for me, which means I'm going to have to index all into Alexander. Alexander's a champion I'm going to have to use for freeze because he has this A1 freeze. I can't believe I'm pulling Alexander the Sharpshooter out of the vault after like 24 months. But that is what Cintranos does to you. You have to kind of scrape champions out of your vault. I've got so many champions, and the one that I really wanted was Creen in the blue. We didn't get him, but there we go. Such is life. Let me know, guys, in the comments below how your shard pulling went. I'm hopeful I can get another sacred shard from somewhere, just so we can try it again. We really would love the Creen in the blue. It's crazy that I actually want an epic champion for the first time. But let me know in the comments below how you got on. How did you find this progressive event? I have noticed that they have only started doing single champions now, which I think what was the main complaint about the progressive event change that people had. They don't want 3 champions, they just want the one. So I think this option where I can go, I actually want the Duchess, or I want the Bad L, or I want the Kymar, or I want the Wither, is a very good option for people. It's better than times 10. I would say just don't ever do a times 10 again, player. That's what I would suggest. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope your luck was better than mine, and I will catch you in the next video.